Okay, so this is going to be a test video of Enter the Gungeon, which is a rogue-lite game from... I cannot remember. I'll have to, if I do this in the future, actually note down who made the game. My name is Noemis, and I quite like roguelikes, so this will be my first video and we'll see how it goes. I've already played a bit here and I'm bad. So let's see how this goes. I'm mainly interested in this to see how my audio comes out on top of the game, which will allow me to see how to go forward with this. It also allows me to judge my timing and see if I'm actually any good at commentating a video. My initial thoughts are probably not, but we'll see. So let's start shooting. I understand already while trying to talk about it how the whole concept of let's play blindness, where people who do let's plays don't necessarily see things. I'm probably going to die much more like this, talking about it, than I would otherwise. So I've chosen the pilot. There were 4 characters, so I probably should do that as an intro at the beginning. Gameplay has basic right stick. I'm playing with the pad, and right stick is your aim, right button is your shoot, left stick is obviously a move, left button is roll, which is useful for dodging, X is reload, Y is swap weapon, which I don't have any different weapons. We can go to inventory with the back button, start to pause, and in the bottom left you'll see an active item that's done using the right trigger, whereas I have left trigger to see the map. I haven't necessarily figured out anything at all in this game so far. I've only gotten to this. I've only at this point gotten past the first boss, and I've died pretty much every other time on the second boss. Of course, that second boss is actually multiple ones. You can see that I dodged through a bullet. The way it works is you can dodge the bullet, but not the end of the bullets. You can dodge at the beginning of the roll, but not when you finish the roll. Okay, so let's talk about a different enemy. That one is a grenade enemy. I have to remember all the names. They're all in here. All the names of all the enemies. So you can see here. These are your bullet kin. That is a pinhead, and the book is a booklet. Well, everything is a pun about guns in some form or manner. I have to say, in general, it makes much more sense of being a bullet hell when you actually have guns. So, what's my background? Who am I? I am a games developer myself. I'm actually a games developer for what the hell is this gun? This gun is a shock rifle. And that's what it shoots. So, your primary gun, your starting gun, has infinite ammo. Every character has their own primary gun, they can't get rid of it. And then when you pick up other guns, you'll see in the bottom right that it's got an ammo counter. That effectively means that those guns can run out of ammo. You can pick up ammo as you go through the gungeon. Sorry, not dungeon. you'll see that you pick up coins, and in the top left are all your stats. You've got health, followed by blanks. Blanks are a special feature which allow you to clear all bullets in the room. It allows you to sort of dodge out the way. Keys below that, and then currency, which are bullets in the right there. If I hold left trigger, you can see the map, and these points here are teleporters. When you're not in combat, there's no cost. You can just hit A and teleport there. On this, you can go back to where you were by going to it and hitting A. So, onwards. Done through the Gungeon. What the flip is this? I think this might be a challenge. This is my first time doing this, so let's see if I can survive. Now I am playing with the pad. Playing with the pad gives you a degree of and this is where it all breaks down, because I shouldn't be saying as I commentate. Playing with the pad does give you a degree of auto aiming. Oh, nice! This is a bit nuts. Sorry, I'm having to concentrate this now because this is proving a bit hard for me. Okay, we've got less enemies here. Let's use this gun. Oh, that is nice weapon. Okay, so that gave me a chest. And what's that giving me? Shock rounds. So let's see what shock rounds do. Shock rounds. So that's the passive items are items that, pretty much like Binding of Isaac passives, can just work for you without you having to actually call them. So you got things like this: Dream Personality, which reduces price at shop. These two are the ones that the pilot starts with, and Hidden Compartment extra active item capacity. So this is passive electric round. So technically that should make my bullets electric. Oh, and it does. So, I've never seen that before. Obviously, with all of these sorts of games, there's a lot that you have to learn as you go. So, you know, I could play Binding of Isaac right now and show you pretty much all of the mechanics in it. The problem is that I've played Binding of Isaac a hell of a lot. So, it's stuff that I've learnt over the progress of getting what is it, 100 gold, not platinum, not real platinum god, the newer one, which is the nerd thing, the nerd achievement. But anyway, I have 100%ed Binding of Isaac and Binding of Isaac Rebirth, and Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. So that is probably, in all honesty, I've played quite a few other roguelites, but that's probably the one which I've actually gone out my way to 100%. I have played, you know, Risk of Rain is a good one, Rogue Legacy. I suppose I'm calling them roguelites. Some people will say, oh, they're not roguelites, but I'm using the modern terminology as opposed to what the terminology used to be. Oh, the hell are those? Ah! So, see there, I dodged into it and it didn't turn out that well. I might use a blank here just to demonstrate it. So, use a blank. I've got it mapped to the B button. B is normally roll, but and they normally are blank mapped to pressing right stick and left stick together. I found that I was unintentionally pressing that, and I keep pressing back to look at the map again, Binding of Isaac. So let's see. Let's go to the bottom right then, and we're going to have to see whether that Skype notification stuff and Steam notification stuff records with this recording software. I'm using... Oh, the thing that sort of started... I've been thinking for a while that maybe I should do Let's Plays, but the thing that actually persuaded me to give this a try is the fact that the new software with my graphics card now has video recording built in. So it automatically records the videos as you go, which makes things quite easier for me. Poison vial, what? Okay, so that looks like that's the second active. How do I toggle the actives? I'm going to have to go into the options here. So there is a tutorial. The tutorial goes through some of the mechanics but doesn't go through all of them. So things like this where you may be able to do different items. Okay, so it's mapped to up. Down is not mapped to any... Oh no, down is drop gun, up is drop item. I've been using Y to do the gun menu, but apparently I can just do left and right for the gun stuff. So I've been using Y to flip the gun, but... Okay. Okay. So up changes the item. If I hold up, I can then drop one of the items, which is useful if I want to sell them in the shop. And I can do the same with down for the guns. In fact, there's a shop over here, so let's see if I can sell. No, there's nothing I can't sell in this shop. Okay, so he just says a whole load of junk about the Gungeon. We've got loads. It's not an amulet, it's an amulet, so I'm going to guess that helps with the ammo. There's a machine pistol. I've got 39 at the moment. Now I could get a map and that will actually help me see where the secret room is. I haven't really seen a secret room in this one yet, so let's give this a try. I think... Yeah, there's rooms over there. There's the boss room over there. So let's teleport to here. Let's just use the normal gun since I don't need to waste the ammo. Now, I haven't really figured out how I'm meant to get into the secret rooms yet. All I know is that this gun, your starter guns, cannot reveal the entrances to secret rooms. So you can see it does absolutely nothing. If I go to this gun, see, that itself is not actually... Oh, so here we go. So the only problem is I don't know how the hell to actually... Oh! So I just used a blank to get in here. So I think you have to use a blank to get into these rooms. That's a bit annoying, but interesting. Okay, so there is a... Now these gaps here you can fall into, but you can roll to get it. And that's armor. Armor will be useful later. Will be useful when in a fight. Okay, so that other room is not from here. I'm interested to know where that other room is from. Problem is I've used a blank to actually get into that. So. Let's just clean out this room and then I think it's on to the first floor boss. And let's see, as a test video, how this has gone. Okay, well I can use the passive. I'll try the passive here. So rather than using a key by pressing K, I'm going to hit the right trigger, which uses the item. And it failed. So now I can't actually use that lock at all. So it's a risk. It may work out for you. You may get a free item use effectively, or you may end up wasting it. So I'm going to teleport to here, head upwards, and see if I can... Okay, I don't know what the deal is with that secret room over there. I haven't figured out a lot of the mechanics of this game. I imagine there'll be some special things similar to Binding of Isaac where certain things only work in certain situations. Let's get the poison vial out. We'll see what the boss is. So each boss has an intro mechanic. You don't necessarily need to watch it. Trigger twins. I died to them on my last playthrough, which nobody will actually know about if I end up airing this. So I poisoned that one. I get the feeling that if I kill one of them and not the other one, then I'm going to end up in a nice enraged situation. Okay, yeah, that guy is now angry, which means I have even more worries. So I've almost used up the ammo on that gun. Let's just go on to this gun. I think I'm going to beat him, but let's see if I can beat him without taking a hit. I'm already down a heart in this floor. Oh, there we go. So I've unlocked a new item apparently. There's a whole load of stuff up there. I've got one of these. Those are points. You can see them in the top right. They can be used in the main shop. There's a shop at the entrance where you can actually unlock items. So what have we got? We've got Anvilon. So an Anvilon is a gun and it files anvils. So almost seems like it's a joke about Minecraft. Okay, so that's similar to Brimstone where you have to hold it down from Binding of Isaac. And what's that? Master round, first chamber. That's a passive. And what does that do? Indicates the mastery of the first chamber. I've got no idea. I wonder if that means just... Is that something to do with the first... No, there's actually no explanation of what that is. So here we go. So first floor done. Let's go down. So procedurally generating the level in nice code in behind the scenes, and then we're now into level 2. Oh, snipers! 2 snipers. Whoops! I did not see that. That's a... So there is a pit there, which I wasn't paying attention to at all. So the way these snipers work is that they shoot you like that. The shots are very fast, so in all honesty I found it easier to just to avoid them in the first place rather than try to roll dodge them. Some people will disagree with me. And in fact there I managed to not die. I am doing badly now. Wow. So these enemies do a lot of pushing you about the place. And they are getting the better of me. Oh, and that is not an enemy that I want. I'm going to... That is an interesting weapon. It does one-shot kill those, which makes me very happy. I have not found those enemies to be the nicest ones in the game. It's basically, as soon as you get to the second floor, the difficulty really ramps up in an insane level. You start seeing these enemies that you really do have to dodge. So let's roll over the gaps and go this way. Okay, let's not waste a key this time. That looks like a cactus gun. It is. That's interesting. What's it say about it? Low damage, high rate of fire. Okay, let's try it on this floor. This room here. So yeah, it does have a very high rate of fire, but it is very low damage. Okay, let's go. I should be using left and right, I'm still using the Y button. Let's go for the rogue special again. I quite like the starting guns for most of the... Okay, I've not a clue what this room does yet. I've tried figuring it out. I've tried blowing stuff up and things like that, and nothing works for me. So, but then again, it is the first day the game is released today. You'll see in videos from the proper Let's Players, let's call them. I suppose I've technically got myself a proper one at this point if I ever actually upload it, but we'll see. I'm interested to see whether any of what I'm saying at the moment will actually upload. So we've got another challenge room. I'm going to go for it, and I'll probably die this time. I'm definitely going to die. So the rubber bullets thankfully don't do any damage, they bounce you about the place. Problem is that every other enemy is going to do damage, and I'm going to die. I've got very little health. And one of my favourite enemies. Well, there we go. Ran straight into that one. There you get this nice little thing. And we'll see that I was killed by a puzzle wisp. So I'm going to end off the talkathon here, because it's not technically an episode yet, and we'll see how it all came out. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.